Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel name. Today we're diving into a topic that's become almost as ubiquitous as the devices themselves, the dangers of mobile phones. We love them, we rely on them, but are they slowly killing us? Okay, maybe not killing us, but definitely messing with us in ways we don't fully understand yet. We're going to break down the risks, from radiation to eye strain, to the existential dread of seeing everyone else's perfectly filtered lives on Instagram, while you're just trying to find a decent photo of your cat. Stick around because we'll also discuss how to navigate this hyper-connected world a little more safely. Let's get into it. First up, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or maybe more accurately, the tiny microwave emitter in our pockets: radiation. Mobile phones emit a type of non-ionizing radiation, which is different from the ionizing radiation you hear about with X-rays and, nuclear meltdowns, but just because it's non-ionizing doesn't mean it's harmless. Some studies suggest a possible link between prolonged, close-range cell phone radiation exposure and certain health risks. We're talking potentially increased risks of brain tumors, sleep disturbances, and even, wait for it, reduced sperm count. Yeah, not exactly the kind of push notification you want. Now, before you flush your phone down the toilet and move to a remote island with no cell service, tempting I know, it's important to note that the research here is still ongoing. There's no definitive proof that cell phone radiation is causing these problems, and a lot of factors can contribute to these health issues. But, like with most things in life, it's all about moderation and taking precautions. So, maybe use headphones or speakerphone for long calls, and avoid sleeping with your phone under your pillow, basic common sense stuff. Speaking of sleep, let's talk about the blue light special happening right in front of our faces every night. Our phones, tablets, even our energy-efficient light bulbs emit blue light, which is great for seeing clearly, but not so great for our sleep cycles. See, our bodies are naturally programmed to wake up with the sun and wind down as it sets. It's a beautiful, delicate system that worked perfectly fine for millennia. Then we invented artificial light, and now we're all like moths, constantly drawn to the glow of our screens, messing with our melatonin production and wondering why we can't sleep. That blue light tricks our brains into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. And poor sleep has been linked to a whole host of problems, from weight gain to mood swings to a weakened immune system. So what can we do? Well, for starters, put the phone down an hour or two before bed. I know, radical, right? But seriously, try it. Read a book, have a conversation with an actual human being, meditate, stare at a blank wall, anything but your phone. And if you absolutely must use your phone before bed, at least activate the night mode feature, which reduces blue light emission. Your sleep-deprived brain will thank you. Chapter 3: The Mental Maze. Okay, let's talk about the mental health elephant in the room. Or maybe it's more like a swarm of anxiety-inducing notifications constantly buzzing in our pockets. Excessive mobile phone use, particularly social media, has been linked to increased levels of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Irony much? The very devices designed to connect us are making us feel more isolated and inadequate than ever. We scroll through our feeds, bombarded by images of perfect lives, perfect bodies, perfect vacations, and we start to feel like we're not enough. Like our lives are boring and our selfies don't get enough likes. It's a recipe for self-doubt and dissatisfaction. And then there's FOMO, the fear of missing out, which is basically social media's gift that keeps on giving. We see our friends hanging out without us, going to concerts we weren't invited to, eating delicious food that we're not eating, and we feel this pressure to be constantly connected, constantly updating, constantly proving that our lives are just as exciting as everyone else's. But here's the thing, it's all a facade. Social media is a highlight reel, not a documentary. People only post the good stuff, the curated moments, the filtered versions of themselves. So how do we escape this digital dungeon of despair? First, remember that you are not your phone. Your worth is not measured in likes and followers. Second, limit your screen time. Set boundaries, schedule breaks, and prioritize real-life interactions over digital ones. Go for a walk, read a book, talk to a friend, do anything that doesn't involve staring at a screen. And finally, remember that it's okay to disconnect. It's okay to take a break from social media, to silence your notifications, to put your phone on airplane mode and just be present in the moment. You might be surprised at how liberating it feels. Chapter 4: The Physical Toll. We've covered radiation and sleep and mental health, but the dangers of mobile phones don't stop there. Turns out our constant need to be connected is also taking a toll on our physical well-being. Let's start with the obvious eye strain. All that staring at our phones, often in poorly lit environments, can lead to headaches, blurred vision, and dry eyes. And then there's the issue of posture. You know that hunched over position we all adopt when we're glued to our phones? Yeah, that's not doing our necks and spines any favors. In fact, it's so common that there's even a name for it. Text neck. Catchy, right? But the pain and discomfort are very real. And let's not forget about our thumbs. Those poor, overworked digits are constantly tapping, swiping, and scrolling, leading to a whole new category of repetitive strain injuries, affectionately known as smartphone thumb. So, what can we do to mitigate the physical risks of our mobile phone addiction? First, take breaks. Step away from your phone every 20 minutes or so and give your eyes and thumbs a rest. Second, practice good posture. Hold your phone at eye level to avoid neck strain, and use a supportive chair when you're sitting for long periods. And finally, stretch. Simple stretches for your neck, shoulders, hands, and wrists can go a long way in preventing pain and discomfort. Chapter 5. Privacy Pirates. Last but not least, let's talk about the hidden dangers lurking in the digital shadows, privacy and security risks. Our mobile phones are treasure troves of personal information, contacts, photos, emails, passwords, browsing history, even our location data. And all of that juicy data is a prime target for hackers and cybercriminals. One wrong click on a phishing link, one download of a malicious app, and bam, your personal information could be compromised. And then there's the issue of surveillance. Our phones are constantly collecting data about us, even when we're not actively using them. Our location, our contacts, our browsing history, it's all being tracked and stored, often without our knowledge or consent. So, how do we protect ourselves in this digital Wild West? First, be mindful of what you share online. Don't post sensitive information like your home address or credit card number on public platforms. Second, use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication whenever possible. Third, be cautious about the apps you download and the permissions you grant them. Do you really need that flashlight app to access your microphone and camera? Probably not. And finally, keep your phone's software up to date. Software updates often include security patches that can help protect your device from malware and other threats. Outwrote disconnect to reconnect. So there you have it, the hidden dangers of mobile phones laid bare. It's a lot to process, I know. But the good news is that we're not powerless. By being aware of the risks and taking simple precautions, we can minimize the negative impacts and use these powerful devices safely and responsibly. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Share your thoughts and experiences with mobile phone use in the comments below. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there.